What's good, YouTube? It's been a little bit, my internet's been out, but we're going to do another episode of Crafting the Game, and today we're going to talk about prizing throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! History, and kind of the evolution of it, and I want to talk about if you think the time of Playmat being, you know, the main prize support is perhaps at its end, because tournaments keep getting bigger and bigger. Regionals we're seeing, like, even in our Oklahoma area, like hitting 200, Texas hitting 300 people. These events are really big, so you have invites that go out further past that, but of course, that's, you know, a lot of people see invites somewhat as a participation award. If you stick in it long enough, you play it enough, you get your invite to nationals. But let's get into the playmats first. First, we have the OG playmat, the very first playmat ever from back in the Upper Deck days. And it's a pretty cool symbolic playmat, and you had other prize support at local tournaments. Like, depending on your Cossy rank, if you were first in like your local area, you could get one of these Millennium Trophy puzzles with, or Millennium Puzzle trophies with your name on it. Like, it was a pretty cool incentive to be playing the game, and that lasted for a bit. Like, I think there were a couple seasons where you could win this, and at one point there was one with like a triangle. But yeah, they were definitely really cool. And then, you know, another thing Konami used to do was the top 1,000 ranked Cossy things. Like, there were sleeves, there were playmats. It was pretty cool. I really liked the designs on them. They were a thinner playmat, but it was pretty cool to see them do that. So, recently at my Epic Regionals, we had additional prize support given. The typical is just the top 8 get these playmats, top 4 get deck boxes, and the deck boxes are really good. They're plush, they're really well made and knit, but Epic did something special, and they added packs to the top 8. A whole box to first, I think half a box to second, possibly third as well, and then 4th through 8th I think all got the same. They added dice to the entire top 8, beanies to the entire top 8, calculators to the top 4. Really just a plethora of things that were really cool for them to give to the top 8 as additional prize support that weren't that big, that maybe are some things to think about. Like, maybe it cannot, we see them from Japan, and they have these really cool Yu-Gi-Oh! Calculators. Maybe something to make for America and think about as additional prize support, or maybe official Yu-Gi-Oh! Dice. Like, there are a lot of things that players want that we don't see so often, and Epic provided these at their regionals, and any regionals allowed to provide extra prize support, they just happen not to. Like, I know other areas that they do. I've heard of, like, Atlanta adding game systems and stuff that are really cool since their regionals reach pretty big numbers, so it's just something, like, to consider, and maybe ask your local area about. Maybe they don't know that they are allowed to add extra prizes. And it's something, as we see these bigger fields happen into the game, that perhaps, you know, a playmat, as cool as it is, and you're only going to be able to win it that one season, maybe, you know, something more needs to be added than 4 deck boxes, 8 playmats, and nationals invites to these huge tournaments. So we go through the history of some of these playmats. We see a lot of the regional mats either do the entire archetype, like the Spellbook one, or just a boss monster like the Draco Sack one, but usually they're pretty symbolic of the format that we live in, or they're really coolly designed, like this Ghost Trick mat. Like, it's one of the coolest designs that you see. And Grapha, of course, like a structure deck monster. So we don't see that as often, since we usually have like structure deck side events now, like the Monarch playmat that we have, but he was a regional playmat as well, and one of the really cool designs as well. So, like I said, these plush deck boxes, they're actually really cool. There's something unique to regionals. They've done 3 of them now. I really like them. I believe they magnet close. They have a really cool rubber stamp on the front. They're plush, they're knitted. Like, it's a really, really cool addition to the top 4 that Konami's been doing recently. And something that players always wanted were a double deck box, which is available for sale, but the quality wasn't. They wear out pretty. I would say in a good year of use, they kind of wear out if you're really active. So the reason why I say that the age of the playmat's kind of waning is that Konami started to make playmats accessible to the consumer, not as prize support anymore. It first happened in Gold Series with the Kaiba and Yugi playmats, which were character mats. Kind of cool. And continuing the trend, though, now you can buy a playmat by itself with no product. The chibi mats with Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey with their signature character cards are available for purchase for $15 directly from stores. So you have something that used to be a symbol that you topped something, that you did something, and you could buy it on the secondhand market. But the thing is, now it's a direct sell from Konami themselves, so it's kind of confusing. Like the Noble Knight playmat's really cool as well, a whole archetype playmat that came in a sealed product though. Like for, I believe the MSRP was a total of $50. You got a playmat, an entire archetype deck. But like the thing is it's part of product, not pricing, and playmats could have always been like side event pricing and other kind of pricing. So it's kind of hard to see, you know, feeling the enjoyment of, you know, overcoming over 200, 300 other people only to get the playmat and deck box. Now at YCS's you have a way bigger field, and so to reflect that, you get really cool things. You get iPad, like an iPad for second place. The entire top 32 gets another prize card playmat, which is pretty cool. You only get those at the YCS's. Prize cards, of course, themselves. Minerva, one of the most expensive prize cards in a very long time. 1,000s for the Supers, 2,000 for the Ultra. Giant Hand was starting to become similar as it saw more play, but just got its reprint. So we saw other lower, less used prize cards like Ascension Sky Dragon. But what other cool side events that they have are the Giant Card. The Giant Card is something that's kind of newer. It's been, I would say, what, 4 or 5 years we've had Giant Cards now? As we see like Scrap Dragon and Drill Warrior. Giant Cards have been a really cool addition. Attack of the Giant Card at YCS's. And you have that as well at the UDS tournaments. It's something I'd kind of like to see more of. Maybe implemented. You know how they have Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. I know it'd be a crazy shipping cost, but maybe to see a real kind of prize that, you know, you could win that's just huge. People love these Giant Cards. They frame them, they put them up, and they're special. Some of them have 3 copies or so around the world, some have 1, and it's just a really cool prize. And the UDS, speaking of UDS, the cloth playmat, the first cloth playmat that Konami has done, was also at the UDS, as well as a plethora of prizes. The entire top 8 get prize cards, even though it's an older one. I believe Darkened Dragon, a title belt. Like, there's just really cool prizes and really cool side events, including Attack of the Giant Card. Other cool prizes that we see throughout the ages, the team battles still do this, I believe. Uncut sheets of Yu-Gi-Oh cards are a pretty prestigious event. Like, something to have trophy-wise. Like, if you have an iconic set like LODT, you know, LTGY, it really holds its status as a prize. And back in my day, when I won, I got this kind of a laptop, which was actually a $1,600 laptop. It used to be crazy that they would put these kind of prizes in. And, you know, a laptop's very, like, it was kind of a sign of the time. It was a cool gamer thing, like, and people still need those kind of things. Like, you know, I stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Not from a laptop, but from a desktop. So what do you guys think about maybe adding something like this? Obviously, you can bring a laptop on a plane. You can take it back if you traveled out. Like, I feel like they have the iPad, which is kind of the same thing, but it goes to second, not to first. You get a PS4 for first. So, what do you all think of prize structuring? And of course, third and fourth get the Xbox One, the other competitive play system from PlayStation, which first place gets. And so, as we round this out, basically, my thoughts are that regionals, we should perhaps see something, like maybe a prize card specifically for regionals. It doesn't have to be good for the game. Maybe something like the vanilla/fusions that we see in the Astral packs and tournament packs. Just something like additional support, perhaps from Konami, and then leave it up to the tournament stores, depending on how many people they're getting in their area, to add prizes themselves, such as Epic Cards and Games. And other regionals that I've heard from around the area. So tell me, what does your regional area do for additional prize support, if any? What would you like to see added to regional level tournament prize support, or YCS prize support in general? Because I know it's, from Konami's perspective, it's a lot of hearing people asking for things and wanting more and more, but at the same time, like, attendance is increasing. We see a lot more people come to events, come out, travel out, drive 4 or 5 hours through the night to come and play, you know, 4 or 5 hours, and I feel like something additional to the playmats for the regional level would be really nice to see. So thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe, follow, all that good stuff.